Good morning, I'm Olivia. Welcome to my SilverSneakers Flex Chair Yoga class. Let's begin against the back of the seat. Give yourself a moment just to be present once again. From the chatter, and if you were in the class earlier, lots of activity, lots of directions, and finally just come to stillness. Meditation is cardio for your brain. And remember, gratitude is cardio for your heart. Just let the corners of your mouth drop in a little bit of a smile. That's going to remind your heart to be joyful. All right? No sad faces today. Eyes open, soft gaze. We've let go of things that make us sad today, right? Things that keep us from this sense of peace and sense of joy for these next 45 minutes. Let's move out to the edge of the seat. And then come into seated mountain pose. Feet under the knees. You're at the tip of the sit bones, and if you're not sure where they are, go ahead and roll back and roll maybe forward, and then find the absolute tip of them. Let the shoulders release away from your ears. You'll notice they will release easier if you are on the sit bones. If you're forward, they'll come forward. If you're back, I don't know what they do. But if you find the very tip of the sit bones, they should release right away from your ears. Close your eyes one more time. Put this little tuck in your chin. It's like you're trying to, you know, when you go to get your eyes checked and they say, put your chin right here. And as you breathe in, feel that energy running up and down your spine. Remembering the inhale is really the energizing part of the breath. So really get in tune to that. So much so that that energy spews from the top of your head. Reach the right arm out to the right. Tip that energy beam over to the left. Feel that lengthen from the fingertip now to the crown of the head. Go ahead and tuck the chin. Look down towards your right leg, right hip, and lifting it back almost like you're just going to tap the imaginary wall behind you. Right behind you there. You're up against it. One more time. Tuck the chin. You should be feeling lots of good sensations here in this and back. And then we'll go the other way. So straighten out that spine. Let it rest for a moment and heal. And then we'll go the other way. Stretch that arm out. Tip the hat. Let that light beam, that energy beam just shine out. And then tuck the chin, looking down towards that left thigh, the left hip. Come right back up. And you're up against the wall. Just tap your head on the wall behind. It's not going to fall back. It just taps it there. And then down one more time. And back. All right, release. Lift the gaze up and the heart. And then tuck the chin towards the chest. Without lifting, crunching the vertebrae and back of the neck. Just lift the gaze up just slightly. Maybe you're looking towards the lights above and then down. One more time. And then down. All right. So, getting into the shoulders now. Just roll them around. Ay, ay, ay. Crackling, popping. As long as there's no pain. All right, let's pulse the elbows back. 3, 2, 1, and let them cross in front so they separate there. And then again, 3, 2, 1, and then separate them. 3, 2, 1, and separate them. And we feel the back work when you do that. Elbows up, parallel or lined up with the shoulders here. And then from here, deep breath in, lift that left elbow, little arc, just a little baby arc. We're not going to take this big just yet. And then the other way. And then circle the hands back down. All right, lovely. Cross them in front, up and down. And again, put the feet right underneath the knees. And down. And let's leave them out to the side here now. Drop your shoulders down. And now we're going to take this lateral movement. If you need here or here or here to do this, go ahead and you choose your own adventure here. All right. And again. Just mind your breath. It should be nice and smooth in and out. Don't hold it. All right, dropping that right hand down. We're going to take this lateral movement a little bit more now. And then the right hand over. This is going to increase that, which means you're going to have to fire on those core muscles even more. And use this image that your shoulders are on a wall behind you. So you're sliding side to side. And maybe this thumb is touching that wall behind you as well. One more time. All the way down. All right, reach forward and back. Look over towards that thumb, and then we switch. Look forward and back. And again. One more. Let's leave that right arm there in the front. Reach into chair pose. Sit up tall. Scoop the belly. And again, almost like you're going to row this boat. Scoop the belly. You're going to roll back towards the tailbone. Fire those core muscles on here. And one more time. And back. Arms all the way up. And just flip over and back. Nice. 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 Wiggle your fingers. All right. Deep breath. We forward fold. Look down towards the toes. And while you're here, look over to the right wall. It's like you're looking in the bottom of the fridge. And then look to the left so that chin comes towards the shoulder. Look back to the ground. Hands at the top of the thighs. And then let the heart come forward. We're going to come into this little baby backbone. Tucking the elbows in next to your body right there. Nice and tall. Lifting up. Roll the tailbone underneath you. Scoop the belly. Sit up nice and tall. Hinge forward at the hips. Look up to the right wall. Look up to the left. Look to the front. Come all the way back up. Tuck the tailbone underneath you. And add the arm to this. Nice and tall. Hinge forward. Look to the right wall. Let that right arm go out. Maybe up. You decide. You can keep it there on the leg if that feels better. And then the left. And now bring the heart forward. This time, release back down, reverse swan dive all the way back up. Let's bring that right knee in and roll back. Maybe tap the back, and then as you come forward, extend out. Lovely. Scoop in the belly, make that spine real C-shape. Maybe tap the back and up. One more. Tap and up. All right, grab with that left hand, reach back. And then switch hands. That leg is going to go out to the right, and you're going to look to the left. And switch. Look. And switch. Look. All right, now just come back to the front, and we're going to circle this leg around. Very nice. And I'm using the hand, but you know what? Maybe try it without your hand. Nice. Slide it forward, sit nice and tall, a little hinge forward, looking forward, release back down, push off that left thigh and round back up and bring that other knee with you. So, we're going to sit back and then inhale, extend it out in front. Scoop the belly, maybe tap on the back of the chair and extend. Two more, C-shape that spine. And out. Two more. Roll back and out. One more time. Roll back and out. Take it into that left hand. And then we switch. And we switch. And again. And again. All right, just look back to the front. I can't remember, do we go out or in? Okay. Okay. And then maybe try without your hand if that's accessible. Ooh. That's not nice. All right, and then to the front, flex the foot, nice straight spine. We hinge at the hip. Look down towards the toes, scoop in the belly, hands on that right thigh, push back and roll back up. All right, taking the feet out wide, some seated cat and cow. Straight legs here, straight arms, lift the heart, and then exhale. I'm going to roll back towards the fleshy part, tuck the chin towards my chest. And then again, lifting the heart. There's the inhale, there's the exhale. Make this really feel good. And again, exhale. One more time. And exhale. All right, so inhale, nice and tall. Lead with the front body here. Hinge at the hip, using the hands right there on that thigh. Bring the heart forward here a little bit, yeah. Put that tailbone back on the chair. And then release down, push off, and come all the way back up. And now we're just going to go this around the world. Oh. Oh. And again. Switch directions. And again. All right, beautiful. Walk the feet together. And let's go up, up on the toes and down, down on the heels. So we'll work through the feet without having any weight on them here. Up, up, and down, down. Yeah. As high up as you can. And let's keep them up here. And then just kind of beat them into the... What's the name of the game? No. Anybody remember that? College days? It's a drinking game. Thumper! I'm sorry, I forgot I was being recorded. Okay, we stand up. Belly in. Exhale. And open the arms down. All right, lovely. Let's go around to the back. Grab a drink of water. Am I the only one that remembers that game? Really?
Very slowly and clearly.
Thumper!
Thumper.
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 Like, you know, like that little rabbit in
From Bambi.
Bambi. Bambi. He'd beat his foot on the ground. Settle on back into downward facing dog first. Splay your fingers out, hands, and just travel back. Just noticing all these new sensations that are happening in the shoulder, in the hips, in the hamstring muscles. Bringing the belly in and see how that affects the breath, how that affects your stretch. It's one of my favorite stretches, and I encourage you to do it often. You don't have to be down on the ground to really reap the benefits of this stretch. I often do it in the grocery store with the grocery cart. All right, taking the gaze over the chair, step your feet back into the chair and coming into mountain pose. Your heels are underneath the sit bones, tailbone to the ground. All right, nice and tall. Once again, you get nice and tall, and those shoulders should just fall away from the ears. When you're here, they'll tend to fall this way. So get yourself upright as your body will allow. We're going to sink into the knees. So you're going to sink about 5 inches, okay? No, not quite that much. But my shoulders are on this wall behind. So once you haven't come forward onto the toes, sit back into the heels here and really make those legs work. Bring the hands together at the heart. Working the legs. Good morning, legs. The world is full of noise and sound. It's okay. You feel that in the legs when we do this? Deep breath in. Exhale, come right back. Opening forward and back. Come back to the front. Deep breath in. And down. Open forward, back. So I'm just rotating in my spine. Nothing moving in my legs here. My knees are going to stay lined up. Deep breath in. And release all the way down. All right. Lifting that right heel. Still in mountain pose. Maybe come to the toe. See if you can let it leave the earth momentarily. We're going to hinge at the hip and shoot it back. Toe ball heel goes down. All the way down. Deep breath in. Lifting up, drop your shoulders. Circle sweep down. All the way up. Hands to the heart. Hinge at the hip, hands go back. And we're going to circle sweep, rise both back up, feet together. Other heel comes up, toe comes up. We're just going to keep this flowing now. Knee over the ankle, deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Hands come to the heart, hinge at the hip, send the arms back, circle sweep, coming forward. Use the chair whenever you need to. Lift that other heel. We're going to do it again. Stepping back, just a lot of movement, a lot of different sensations happening, and enjoy it. Move with intention. Work at keeping your balance. Deep breath in, hinge at the hip, send them back. Circle sweep, pick that back foot up, lift that heel, shoot it back. Warrior one, knee over the ankle, back leg is straight. Find it, beautiful, all the way down. Arms up, hands come to the heart. We send them back. We circle sweep, rise up. Hands come to chair, downward facing dog, step on back. Step the feet wide this time. All right. And then softening the knees even deeper than what you think is comfortable. See how that affects the shoulders, all right? So we've moved out of downward facing dog really into forward fold, almost. And then straighten the back, push the hips over to the right, a little inner thigh stretch. My legs are straight. And then over to the left. And then back to the center, bring the heart forward, rise up onto your toes, walk your feet in, and leave some space between you and the chair, and we're going to come into our star pose and sunflowers. I couldn't think of the name. So nice and tall. Once again, drop your shoulders. We want to continue to avoid this at all costs. Yeah, we spend an awful lot of tension in our neck, so we always want to think about lengthening the neck. Forward fold, push through the heels, let it drive us back up. And again, push through the heels. I need you to bend the knees. That's the purpose. It's not just hinge, it's bend the knees, all right? And if you're not sure if you're going to get back up, guess what? Use the chair, all right? But as long as we can bend the knees, we want to. Muscles of independence. And one more time. All right, from here, let's come into goddess pose. So my elbows are lined up with my shoulders, if that's accessible. Pressing them back a little bit. My knees are bent. Lovely. How long could we stay here? Let's see if we can hinge. Come back. Hinge. Come back. And hinge. Come back one more time. Come into eagle arms. Doesn't matter. Cross over, whatever works for you. Squeeze the elbows. Deep breath in. Lifting them up. And release. Here we come back into star pose. Shoulders are down, ribs and hips connected. Turn that right toe to the front, the left toe to the left wall, and we're going to land in warrior two. All right, beautiful. Head over heart over pelvis. I always say don't anticipate where we're going. So get everything back first. All right, hands together. Press the knuckles forward, tuck your chin, and then we're going to come back, hands on the rib cage. So some great spinal movement, shoulder movement here while we're in warrior two, which makes a little more of a balance challenge for us. So if you need one hand on the chair, get there. And back. One more time. You will get out of this what you put into it. So spend time and really squeeze the shoulder blades together. Warrior two. A little slide, extended angle. So look down towards the knee. I want you to be sure that the knee is tracking right in the direction of the toes, and it's not buckling in. So push that baby toe edge into the ground. You can even use that hand and hold it there if that feels better. And then look towards the front and maybe skyward. Again, just like when you're standing up straight and the shoulders will fall away from the ears, if these bones are lined up, this is effortless up here. Use the chair whenever you need to. We're going to circle that arm around, come into reverse warrior. Nice. And I tend to crunch up on this side right here. So see if you can do this. Lift that left hip and drop the right hip. And find a little more length up there. So instead of crunching into this right side of your body, drop it down and reach. Drop that hand at the back of your head where you might put your hat. Press that elbow back and take this gaze skyward once again. Great stretch in the chest as well as work in the back. You always want to work on stretching the chest. All right, back to warrior two. Let's walk the feet in just a little bit. Then I'm going to grab my thumb and call that keyhole. Lifting the heart, and then see if you can take the hands away from the seat right here. Squeezing the shoulder blades, soften the elbows here, and a little lift in the heart. Great, once again, chest stretch. And then just let them relax, shake out. Okay, back to star pose. We're going to go the other side. We're not going to rest between the two today. Reaching up, drop the shoulders, connect the ribs and the hips. You are as tall, top to bottom, side to side, and as thin front to back as you can be. Connect the ribs and the hips. Firm up the legs, press the toes into the ground. You can fake your way through this, or you can really work it. It's up to you entirely. Okay, sunflowers first. Dropping down a couple of times. Don't hit your face on the chair. And again, two more. One more. All right, so from here, we're going to come into our goddess pose, bending the elbows. My knuckles, my elbows are on the same line right here. So this is going to want to happen. So best you can, work towards that. Nice. Cross the hands. Squeeze the elbows. Lift them up. And as we open in, we're going to come into warrior two on the other side. Left toe to the front, right toe to the right wall, right knee over the ankle. Check and be sure it is. Lovely. One more time. Stretch to the front. I'm going to round dome my upper back right there just one time, because now I'm going to bring the shoulder blades together and lift the heart. Arms out. You slide and come into extended angle. Let this arm reach the ceiling, but I want you to look down towards the toes first. The knee is going right in the direction of the big toe and the first toe. And if it's coming to the inside, I want you to press that baby toe edge. In fact, do that anyhow, even if it isn't. See how that affects this. Press that baby toe edge of your foot into your shoe. And boy, you feel another muscle there do some work, don't you? Look to the front, look to the ceiling, and watch this arm. Can we get it lined up so the bones are lined up? And can you still breathe while you're doing it? All right, warrior two. Reverse. Once again, my hip is up here, so I'm going to drop that hip. Feel a great inner thigh stretch. Don't straighten that front leg. Maybe turn the gaze that way. Drop that hand to the back of your head. Using the chair if you want to. Press that elbow back. Turn the gaze a little more skyward. Release back to warrior two. Toes to the front. Press the knuckles back. Let's take that chest expansion once again. Grab the other thumb. Knuckles down. Lift the hands from the seat. And without this hyperextension, you want to keep the tailbone going to the ground. Let the hands leave the seat if that's accessible, and take the gaze a little more skyward without crunching down on the vertebrae in the back of the neck. You know when you've gone too far, right? You can just feel that. The shoulders want to come up, and you want to keep them down. So more about lifting the heart here. And then release. Shake out. All right, rise up on your toes. Toe back in. And back to downward facing dog. Anything you need to shake out, go ahead and do so. This is your chance. Anything you want to bend and soften and push and pull, go ahead and do it. And there's lots of parts that I feel like I need to. And breathe. All right. Taking the gaze over the chair, that little baby back bend. You feel that back work. So take a little baby step in. Point the elbows towards the ground. Let's get a little tricep work. Lifting up. Point the elbows towards the ground. Pushing up. Point the elbows towards the ground. And push up. And down. Push up. And down. One more time. And walk into the chair. All right. Let your arms just rest there for a minute. Okay. Let's get another drink of water. Take 2. All right. Sweaty today. Okay, triangle pose today, and twisted triangle today. Why not, huh? Let's see what the best way. I think we'll do it this way so we can always have the chair there for balance. So step to the right. You're going to put the right foot in front, and I'm going to say between the 2 legs of the chair, okay? Because when we come into twisted triangle, you're going to want to use the chair for balance. And then turn that left toe to the left wall, and the whole body is going to turn to the left wall, and you're going to extend your arms out, okay? So we're going to come into triangle pose this way today so that we have the chair for balance when we come down. Straight legs, straight arms, remember not locked. And let's come into reverse first. Peaceful warrior, sky archer, that's it. And notice that tailbone. It's not wiggling here. You want to keep the tailbone going to the ground. Use the chair if you need to for either hand. It's fine with me. All right, and let's come right back into arms out long. Okay, so from here, imagine I put a $100 bill, I don't know, maybe 10 inches away from me. You want to reach out to it and then come right back up. Notice how that tailbone goes right to the ground, yeah? And then again, reach out to it. Where is it? Where is it? And then right back up. You don't want that hand to drop because you won't be able to find it, right? So here we go. We're going to reach to it, you snatch it, and drop down. So wherever those fingers land, that is your triangle pose today, right? You are in a nice line, looking right down towards the ground. Use the chair for either hand. It's okay with me. Look towards that right wall. And then maybe turning the gaze towards that arm. Once again, you get the bones lined up. The work is effortless with that left arm. If you can get it up there, great. If you need to lower it, drop it, whatever, do it. All right, so that left hand is going to come to the chair. All right. And then I'm going to turn towards the earth, my body. And I'm going to bring that chair in here because then I'm going to use my hand on the seat of the chair. From here. My shoulders are square to the ground. Notice that. So I'm not here towards the chair. You want to get them square to the ground. My right hand is going to come to my back right pocket. You may want to bring that back foot in if that feels better to you. And then using that left hand, push into the chair and let that turn your torso, the gaze, to the right wall. Twisted triangle pose. You also have the option to extend that right arm to the ceiling. Try not to look at me. I want you to look to that wall. Because when that happens, that neck comes back. Yes. Beautiful. Twisted triangle. It's a very challenging posture. You all did famously. Deep breath in. Exhale. Release back down. Let's see if we can get back to triangle pose. I'm going to use the chair. I'm going to twist back to the left wall. Lift that left arm to the ceiling. Come right back up. And let's see, how are we going to get out of this? Bring your feet together. I don't care how you do it. All right, good deal. Triangle pose to twisted triangle with the chair makes it very accessible. Let's go to the other side. This is when my husband would say, just don't talk so much. Well, you notice he's not in my class. Okay, left foot comes forward, that right foot goes back, and your whole body is going to turn to that right wall. Extend the arms out. I know you want to look back at me, but see, I'm going to talk you through this, so let's see if we can just do that without looking back to me over the shoulder. Yeah, so especially when we're in that hinged position, if you look back, you can imagine what your neck would look like. Yeah, right, okay. All right, so little micro bend in that front knee, always. We're gonna lift into Sky Archer. Think about what has happened to your pelvis. Has there been a little bit of tip in it? See if you can keep the pelvis, the bones right here, the hip bones, parallel to the earth. Because when we go into triangle pose, they're gonna tip together. All right, here we go, reach to the front. Here's that $100 bill, reach out first, and then we're gonna windmill the arms. Your hand on the chair, your hand on the leg, whatever works to you. After you establish your position and you have firmed your legs up, look to the right wall. Keep pushing the hips to the back wall. It's going to allow your torso to drop maybe a little bit more. Maybe turn the gaze skyward. Put that left hand on the chair if you need it for balance. All right, coming into twisted triangle. That top hand goes to the back of the chair. I'm going to bring my back foot in just a little bit. All right? And then I'm going to turn my torso to the ground. All right? Micro bend in that front knee. Right hand goes to the seat of the chair. Left hand goes to your back pocket. And then if you drive that left hand into the chair, that's going to rotate that spine to look to the right wall. Try not to look to me. And lift that arm to the ceiling. Surely, surely. Let's see. This is what I want you to do. You got in there kind of funny. Let's bring this leg here. And step back. So you're going to put this hand on here. Yeah. It's a little, I think you got the wrong side there. Yeah. And no, that's all right. And again, try not to look back to me. Look to the wall. Think about the line of the vertebrae from the crown of the head to the tailbone should be a really straight line. Turn the palm to that wall. Try not to turn that palm back. Turn it to the wall. All right. Gaze back to the earth. Hand back on the chair. Use it to get yourself up if you need to. All right. And bring your feet together. Shake them out. So what did you do wrong here? I think I wanted you on this side, like this. And I know, that's it. I know. It makes a huge difference, doesn't it? And then this way. Yeah, that's so funny. You should have taken one of your chairs. Hands off to these guys on the side because it's such a challenge. Yes, Cindy?
Could you show me what you're supposed to look like when we're at that final twist?
Twisted? Yeah, you probably couldn't see me back there, could you?
No, but
Okay.
I can't because I'm not looking that way.
Yeah, okay. So, triangle pose, no sweat. We got that, right?
Right.
The chair was right here in front of me. I dropped this down. Now, I brought my back foot in just a little bit. And then from here, this hand comes to the hip. You can look that way, and you can also extend it back. So, you know, if we were in a class, you might have a block here that you would be. Same triangle pose.
My feet were wrong. I think my feet were
Well,
wrong.
you weren't the only one. So it's okay, which means we'll do it again. What day is this? Monday? We'll do it again Wednesday. Okay, downward facing dog. Let's think of vinyasa. We have not done that yet. Tailbone to the back wall, soften the knees, take a nice deep breath in, exhale through the mouth. All right, here we go. Hands back on the thigh muscles, reverse swan dive back up. Forward fold. Halfway rise. Let that heart move forward. Then we're going to release into forward fold again. Bend the knees, reaching the hands towards the earth. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. Reach towards that left wrist, little baby arc. Reach towards the right wrist. And release. Let's do it one more time. Forward fold. Halfway rise. Hands are going to come maybe to the crease of the hip. You squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then slide back down. Bend the knees, circle sweep, all the way back up. Lovely. And la-di-da down with your hands. Okay, shake out, grab a drink of water. What? Okay. No, it's creeping away. All right, we're gonna balance. We'll come back to that sort of that star pose thing, but I want you to put the left foot behind the chair and the right foot out to the side. And come into star pose. We do this really well. We do. And the stronger the more you work the feet and work the legs, lift the pelvic floor, work the core muscles, and it's almost like these arms just kind of float up, and then you firm them up there. So if I was to come push you, you would not go over, right? Left hand on the chair and transfer the weight. Just drop the toe to the ground, and then let the toe leave the earth. Look down towards the shoulder, or towards the earth over your shoulder. And then maybe just to the ceiling. So rotating just the head here turns into a half moon pose, actually. Yeah. All right, both hands on the chair. Swing the leg to the back. Get yourself behind the chair. Little micro bend, and we're going to come into our airplane pose. Arms out. Toe faces the ground. Bring that belly in here. Lifting that front body. And let's just take the hands on the chair. We're going to hinge this deeper and lift that leg higher. Come right back up. This is like that little bird that tips over. That toe stays facing the ground behind you. Hips are square to the chair. And one more time, and then we're going to hold this here. Elbows are tucked in tight. Couple of options here. Elbows are tucked in tight next to the body. Maybe you find balance and you could release. Maybe you'd like to send the hands forward. Maybe you'd like to send them back. Maybe you'd like to keep them at your heart. Strength, strong. Get that back leg really strong. And then we're going to stand back up nice and tall. Deep breath in. Warrior 3. Yeah? Nice. So we're going to keep that right foot behind the chair and step out to the left. Mountain pose. All right. Here we go. Transferring the weight. Use your right hand and then flex that foot. Now keep that toe facing straight ahead. Watch it doesn't rotate in the hip. You want to keep it to the front. Reaching up. Maybe look down to the earth. Look to the front. Maybe look skyward. Stop when you need to. Half moon pose. All right, both hands on the chair. It's going to come to the back. Toe faces the ground. Strong back leg there. Squeeze that glute. And then maybe extend the arms. It's up to you. You can touch the toe on the ground when the arms go out. Little micro bend in that front leg. All right, let's see if we can pass through Warrior 3. Tipping. Come right back up. Hands on the chair. That toes facing the ground behind you. I'm really not putting weight on my hands here. It's just for balance. And then we're going to hold this, Warrior 2, coming right over the chair, all right? Now, you choose what you do with your hands. Maybe they stay there, maybe they shoot forward or back. Calm yourself with your breath here. One more. Strong back leg, and then we're going to stand back up. Oh my goodness, deep breath in. That's amazing. Let's step back and we're going to see if we can release this back right here. Slide your hands down and then tuck that tailbone round the spine. Oh my goodness. Release the back. Take a deep breath in, looking forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone and release. One more time. Tuck and around the spine. Roll all the way back up. Let's take a little side to side. Be sure you lift that foot as you do this turn. We're going to grab a drink of water and sit back down. Nice. We'll get a little more stretch in that low back. That's a lot of work on the back right there. Good work. And again, every single posture we do in traditional yoga class, I firmly believe we can do here. As I said, even handstand, we just do ours inverted. All right. Oh, let's come out to the edge of the seat. Yeah, we're going to take the feet wide and work again a little more in this low back right here. So first, with your left hand, it's like you're going to reach out to somebody to shake their hand. I'm using my right hand for support there. Reach out through the little finger until, boy, you feel this great stretch down the back. Yes. Deep breath. All right, from here, reach to the ceiling, turn to the front, and then come all the way back up. Oh, deep breath in. Exhale, roll the tailbone. Anybody else's spine cracking? No, mine did. Okay, we go the other way. So you're going to reach through. I say the little finger because that keeps the shoulder down. The moment you start to reach like this, see how that rolls that shoulder in? But if you reach through that little finger, that's going to keep the shoulder back and down. So here we go. You're going to shake somebody's hand there. Reach out. I'm going to use my hand for support. Get to the point where you say, I think that's enough for me. I want you to pull the belly in. Take those deep breaths in. And notice on the exhale, you can stretch a little bit further maybe. Okay, now you're going to turn to the front. You can even rest the elbow there. Yep. Should feel a little bit better, a little easier, right? But still just as lovely. It's a seated triangle pose. And then back to the front, opening the arms, stretch back. Give yourself a hug, for goodness sakes. And I have this on, do not focus, and I have the volume turned down, and on silent, and it comes through. I don't get it. All right, we're going to cross this leg over up high. You know, if this is not part of your practice, don't do it. Keep the foot on the floor. Roll to the tip of the sit bones. Let's just try this today. We're going to take the hands on the back of the chair, and once again, elbows are going to point back. Just lift the heart. Press that low back forward. That's going to be a pretty intense stretch. All right, release. Let's cross this leg over on the ground for anybody that doesn't cross the midline. Toe stays flexed, nice and tall. We add this rotation. I'm going to use my left hand in front, and I'm going to reach through and grab the seat of the chair on the right. Square up the shoulders, lift the heart. Remembering mountain pose, collarbones are nice and broad. Maybe turn the gaze to add that additional rotation in the spine. All right, coming back to the front, I want you to keep that right hand back there in the small of the back. And I'm going to reach up with this hand. And just the illusion that your fingers are touching is all I'm looking for. And I want you to do that by stretching the elbows back. Yeah. Nice. The foot stays flexed here. All right. Undo that. We go to the other side. First we take this figure 4. Toe stays flexed. Support the knee, drop it down, whatever works for you. And I'm going to grab the back of the chair once again, and as I press my low back forward, I lift the heart. Relax through the jaw and throat, your biting teeth. I'm not going to help you do this. All right, I'm going to cross this leg over. And the right hand at the wrist. And I'm going to slide my left hand into the chair. You can hold on to it, whatever feels good to you. But then I want you to establish those nice broad collarbones here. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale is when we twist. So take the deepest breath you've taken. And then as you come back to the front, slide that left hand to the small of your back and the right hand to the back of your neck if that's accessible, and give the illusion of your hands touching by sitting up nice and straight, and lift the elbows, whatever works for you. You probably have 2 different sides. I know I do. And then just let those arms release. And feet down. And a forward fold. Deep breath in. And forward fold. Sliding down the legs. Now you come to this range of motion that's going to feel good to you. I want you to pull the belly in to support the back. Taking that breath into the back ribs. One more. And then coming up however you need to. Use support from your hands on the legs or simply round back up. Head over heart over pelvis. And we'll sit back against the back of the chair. It can be a touchy thing for people to do, so work where you're comfortable and find what works best for you and your back. Settle on back into the chair. Give it one little last massage. Thank your back, thank your hips, thank your shoulders. And close your eyes. Gratitude, yeah? Cardio for the brain. Cardio for your heart. The more you practice gratitude, the stronger it gets. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Let the corners of your mouth drop in a little bit of a smile, reminding yourself to be joyful, hands together at your heart. For where there is joy, there will always be miracles. Namaste. And where there are miracles, there will always be joy. Namaste again. Thank you. Have a great day. Good week. I'll see you again on Wednesday.